Namaste world, welcome to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and follow me on Instagram. So today is another plant video, and we are going to talk about a plant that is also from the Monstera family, that is Monstera adansonii or adansonii. So this plant is very easy to care for, and there are two very common varieties of this plant, that is the fat leaf shaped form and the narrow leaf shaped form. On my left side, this particular guy is the narrow leaf shaped form. It has elongated heart shaped leaves with very thin leaves, and on my right, this one is the fat leaf shaped form. The fat leaf shaped form and the narrow leaf shaped form you can differentiate in two ways. First is the shape of the leaves, as you can understand, and the second is the fat leaf shape form leaves have a very crinkled structure. If you see, they are very bubbly and they are crinkled. In the normal scenario, in other plants, you would think that the plant is suffering or trying to tell you that it is discomfortable. But in this particular plant, you can understand that this is how it has to be, and it is always there in this particular form. That is, it is little crinkled and bubbly. If you can see the new leaves, you would be able to understand. I'll give a closer picture of this. The new leaves are crinkled and bubbly, and on the other hand, the flat leaf shaped form has normal, nice, thin, flat shaped leaves, where the leaves are very elongated, heart shaped form. So these are the very common found varieties. You can find it easily in your local nursery. Usually they are very small, you have to bring it and help it grow. You can see mine, it has grown so nicely. And the other thing which I would like to bring to your notice is that if you want to own this plant and you have pets at home, we need to be more cautious because they are moderately toxic. So if taken, they can cause little discomfort for the pets. So either we have to keep the pets away from the plant, or make sure that we keep this plant in such a place that is out of reach of the pets. So with this, we'll start with the care tips of this particular plant, which is a very beautiful plant and easy to care for. Let's start. The first point, we will be talking about watering this particular plant. This is such a beautiful plant that it does not demand too much of care, but when it comes to water, we have to be a little cautious. So I do not follow a particular schedule for this plant. We can do the finger rule. You can just stick your finger in the soil and find out whether the soil is dry. If it is dry, go ahead and water it. If not, just leave it for a few days and then go ahead and check it again. So we need to understand that this is a thirstier plant compared to other plants, but also keep in mind that this plant is very prone to root rot compared to other Monstera varieties. So you just cannot keep a schedule for this plant that I'll go ahead and water this every alternative day or weekly once. We have to actually go ahead and check the soil, because it will show some discomfort if you go ahead and overwater it or underwater it. So just do one thing, keep on checking the soil, stick your finger in the soil and check it out, and then you will find it. Because as I said, it is also prone to root rot compared to other Monstera varieties. Next, we will be talking about the soil. So talking about the soil, this is also a plant which requires a normal, very well drained soil. I'll be giving the details of the soil mixture that I use for my plants here, so that you can check it out and use it for your plants. So there is one very simple logic that we need to understand, that whenever we see yellowing leaves, we tend to ask people, or we have a query within ourselves whether it is for overwatering or underwatering. So this is simple logic, that whenever you are seeing yellow leaves on the plant, stick your finger in the soil, and if it is wet, go ahead and aerate it. Then you understand that it is because of the overwatering that we have done that the plant is showing the discomfort. And if you see that the yellowing of leaves are happening, and you stick your finger and you see that the soil is totally dry, then go ahead and water it. It is simple. So we need to understand that plant has very less ways of showing its discomfort. It does not have too many options. So the yellowing of leaves can also be because of overwatering or underwatering, or the reason can be something else. But if we need to find out that it is because of over or underwatering, just stick your finger in the soil and we'll be able to find out whether it's for overwatering or underwatering. It's just simple logic, and then we'll be able to sort out things and help the plant be itself. So the second point, we will be discussing about light and fertilization. So this particular plant cannot withstand low lit areas. I know there are many nursery people who sell these plants saying that these are indoor plants, but indoor plants means you can keep near your window which has huge amount of light coming in. But other than that, this plant just cannot withstand low lit areas. It will just die on you. So always make sure that it has a well lit place, and and we also have to understand that we cannot keep it in direct sunlight. As you can see, the leaves are very thin. The leaves are very very thin, so the leaves will actually go ahead and burn. So we have to be very careful while keeping the plant. Make sure to keep this plant in a place where it gets ample amount of light. The light should be enough so that it helps this plant grow nicely, but it should not be harsh on it, because as I said, the leaves are very thin and it might burn. And also understand that it cannot withstand low lit areas, so do not keep it in a place where there is medium light. It really needs very nice ample amount of sunlight, so always keep it in a place where it is flourished and with ample amount of sunlight. With respect to fertilization, we need to understand that if your plant is throwing new growth every day, then we have to give it ample amount of fertilization. So always make sure to give it nitrogen rich fertilization. You can give NPK 19-19-19, or you need to understand that leaf mold is the most favorite of this plant, so you can give that. Anyways, when you're preparing the soil, you are putting in vermicompost. You can also put liquid fertilizer, because this plant grows very nicely. It is going to reward you with so much of green foliage, and you can look at the foliage, it is so nice. So if you give proper fertilization, it will keep growing nicely. The third point, we will be discussing about propagation and then about the infestation that can happen in this plant. So for propagation, it is very easy. You have to take a stem like this, which has nodes here. You can see they have aerial roots which are already forming. You have to just take a cutting below the node, put it in water. You can take n number of cuttings, but always make sure that your plant is a little bit grown before taking cuttings from a young plant. Cut it and put it in water. Within a week or two, you will see roots have formed. You can take that and put them in soil. The other way of propagating is that you have to just take this plant, put it in soil, and just press it inside the soil. The roots will automatically form, and when the roots have formed, you can just cut it and separate it from the mother plant. I'll give a small clipping over here so that it's clearer. And the next thing is with regards to the infestation. These usually get spider mites and mealybugs. If the leaves are crinkled and are not opening, we need to understand there is some kind of discomfort the plant is trying to convey, and then we can see that there might be some kind of mealybug infestation. Just take neem oil and spray on it on a regular basis so that you can help the plant grow and there is no infestation on the plant. For spider mites also, you can just go ahead and wash the plants regularly. If you keep washing your plants maybe weekly once or just twice maybe in a month, you will always see that you can keep the mealybugs and any other infestation away from it. So this is all in today's video. Just take care of your plants and they love you back. So very happy to be a plant parent. Thank you very much. Keep healthy. Namaste world.